93% of the people of Lisdoonvarna objected to a provision centre being opened in their town, but Charlie Flanagan and his sidekick Leah Doherty and all the NGOs just viewed you all as clowns. Just think about the democracy in that decision, about how the locals' concerns and how they were left thinking that even through a democratic process that their feelings were irrelevant. You are the servants, we are the masters, do as we say, listen to us and don't be mischievous. Hand-picked committees of locals designed to break your morale, tell tales of Paddy's faraway journeys and how far he did travel. The government pit you against an innocent child all the way from Georgia. Then the RTE rub it in your face by showing you fake TV and how the whole of Ireland supported it. And to those who are concerned or protest, the media and corrupt politicians label you alt-right and racist. Just close your doors and mind your own business. We care little for your community. Shut it and keep a lid on it. There is no such thing as quotas. This is just blabber made up by the EU and Brussels. The UN Migration Pact was not consulted by the Irish people because they know there would have been trouble. Nor was the 2040 Project Ireland plan. This is designed to overrun our country and destroy the indigenous Irishman. Make no mistake on this, my friends, this is an attack on our way of life. Unscrupulous are making millions on our fears, like politicians and hoteliers James Keogh and Marcus White. Follow the money and you will find the real traitors to Ireland. George Soros, people smugglers, NGOs, corrupt politicians, evil hoteliers, highly funded community groups are the only ones that are smiling. This is an entity, a mafia, a dangerous organised group that will stop at nothing to see their mission through. Every town in Ireland is in their sights, busing immigrants and refugees and fake asylum seekers in the dead of night. They won't stop till our country is overrun. 50 years from now, some will wonder, oh my God, what have they done? Because there will always be wars and there will always be catastrophes, and the land of Ireland will always be seen as full of weak and expendable paddies. Wicklow Town, the town of Billybourne, Kilmonton, and that translates into the church of Gubby or Gap Tooted. St. Patrick's men tried to land but got stoned and some of their teeth were left loosened. Grand Hotel once stood tall, a place for tourists and visitors and all, a landmark in that lovely town, now a provision centre for all to come. Lisdoonvarna, Babador, the matchmaker who would greet you at the door, for generations of men and women looking to connect and score, now a provision centre, no room for tourists no more. Portlaoise, famous for being a garrison town, Montage and Hazel centres reported for being run down, 74 residents in Richmond Court Provision Centre, Longford. Globe House in Sligo is full to capacity, and Loughnasheen, County Clare saw a jump of 180 to 250. 230 migrants in Drishane, Mill Street, Cork, and Mount Trachenard finds conditions are bad by all reports. Clondalkin Towers, a former hotel, was called to be closed down. 235 people, 75 children. It's hard to get your head around. And the owners, Fraser, were paid $27.5 million by the state from 2006 to 2015, and it remains open till 2021. Lots more money they will be seeing. There are over 6,300 people living in Ireland's 39 DP centres, B&Bs, hotels, flats, caravan parks and private residencies. And the government is to spend 65 million on new direct provision centres in another 4 counties. This is endless. We could talk forever about this. It's like dropping a stone into a hole, listen to her sound, but it's a deep, dark pit. And where does it stop? And where does it end? The government are turning people against each other who were once were friends. These people need to stop and take a minute and look at our past history and what we gave so we could live in it. We're not stupid people. We know what's going on. How can you feed a family when you don't know where the next meal is coming from? Picture this. There's 20 people at Christmas sitting around a table and everyone is hungry. But there's only enough to feed 10 people because it's a pretty small turkey. Some people aren't going to be happy. Half will be miserable because what's happening isn't fair. It's pretty feckin' visible. The elders of the table have a decision who's the first to look after. The ones dearest to them should be the first that have to matter, and not worry about the bullies and how they might attack her. Pound signs is in their eyes and watching their checks getting fatter. Happy to sit back and watch mayhem, people wrapped in plaster. They're on their thrones ordering their minions cause they're the master. While new hate laws are made for people talking in their usual banter. The fear of going to jail designed to watch people bow and scatter. Or even worse, being set upon, labelled racist and receiving a clatter. This is how they go about things. Those who question they'll smash and shatter. No media concerns. If you're lucky, they might ponder on it after. No sincerity. Fake tears, virtual signaling like an award-winning actor. People left sitting in meeting rooms while self-appointed groups and politicians chitter and chatter. One of the instigators of this is sitting back and never a care in the world on a huge pension, Alan Shatter. It's always the same since time begun. Implementers and decision makers fuck off and leave us on our own to soak up the spillage and swallow the mess while they're topping up their tan abroad and couldn't care less.